The morning sun rose cold over Whitmore Manor. Inside the grand house, harsh voices echoed through marble halls. "Look at her," Lady Whitmore said. Her voice cut like ice, plain, awkward, hopeless. Sophia stood by the window. She was 22, the youngest daughter, the one they called flawed. Her sisters giggled behind silk fans. "She reads too much," Emma whispered. "No man wants a wife who thinks." "She talks too much," added Charlotte. "So bold, so improper." Their mother nodded. "She writes those silly notes, dreams of things beyond her reach." Sophia's father looked away. He could not meet her eyes. The shame felt too heavy. She tried so hard to please them, fixed her hair just right, wore the dresses they chose, spoke when spoken to, but still, always wrong. "You embarrass this family," her mother said. Each word was a dagger. "No decent man will have you." Sophia's heart broke a little more. She whispered to herself, "What is wrong with me?" Then came the punishment. The final blow. "We have found you a husband," Lady Whitmore announced. Her smile was cruel. "The Marquess of Graymoor has agreed to marry you." Sophia's blood turned cold. The Marquess, he is widowed, scarred from war, desperate enough to take you. Her sisters laughed louder. "He will never want you," Emma said. "Not really. You will be his burden," Charlotte added. "His shame." Their mother leaned close. "He does this from pity. Remember that." Sophia felt the walls closing in. Trapped, like a bird in a cage, too small. But deep inside, something stirred. A tiny spark of fight. She looked at her cruel family. She stood a little straighter. "I will endure this," she whispered to herself, "but I will not break." 3 days later, a black carriage came. Sophia left Whitmore Manor forever. She carried one small bag, her books, her secret poems. As the house grew smaller behind her, she made a promise. "I will find my worth, even if no one else can see it." The carriage rolled toward her new life, toward the unknown Marquess, toward whatever fate waited. But Sophia did not know her story was just beginning. Adrian Blackwood stood at his window, the Marquess of Graymoor, tall, dark hair, eyes like winter storms. A scar ran down the left side of his face, from temple to jaw, a gift from the war. People whispered about him, called him broken, mad, dangerous. They were wrong. Adrian was not cruel. He was careful. He spoke few words because words had power. They could hurt. He knew about hurt. The war took much from him. Friends. Peace of mind. His first wife, she died while he fought far away. Men at his club sneered. "Poor Graymoor," they said. "Half a man now. Lost his nerve on the battlefield." Others whispered, "Came home different." Let them talk. Adrian did not care about their words, but he cared about justice. When Lord Whitmore came with his offer, Adrian listened. A marriage, a plain daughter, unwanted. "She brings no beauty," Whitmore said. "No skills, but her dowry is fair." Adrian studied the man, saw the cold eyes, the cruel mouth. "Why do you wish to be rid of her?" Adrian asked. Whitmore shifted. "She is difficult, talks too much, reads books, dreams above her station." Adrian smiled inside. She sounded interesting. That night he made his choice. Not for money, not for duty, for her. He heard the whispers, how they mocked her, called her plain, worthless. Adrian knew what it felt like to be called broken, to have people look away in disgust. She needed protection. He could give that. "I accept," he told Whitmore. Now she was coming. This unwanted daughter. This woman they said was flawed. Adrian touched his scar. He thought of his empty house, his quiet days. Maybe they could heal each other. He did not expect love. Love was for fairy tales, but kindness, respect, peace. These things were possible. The carriage would arrive soon. Adrian straightened his jacket, hid his hope. He would be gentle with her, patient. She had suffered enough cruelty. "Welcome home, Sophia," he whispered to the empty room. The carriage stopped. Sophia's hands shook as the door opened. Graymoor House rose before her. Stone and ivy, windows like watching eyes. A man stepped forward, tall, dressed in black. Then she saw it. The scar. Her breath caught. She looked away fast. Too fast. He would think her rude, disgusted, just like everyone else who saw damaged things. "Lady Sophia," his voice was soft, calm. "Welcome." She forced herself to look up. Met his eyes. They were kind. This surprised her. "You must be tired," Adrian said. "The journey was long." "Yes, my lord," her voice barely whispered. He studied her face. No disgust there, just sadness, fear. "You are safe here," he said gently. "I hope you will be happy." Sophia blinked. Happy? No one cared if she was happy. A servant took her bag. Adrian offered his arm. "Shall we?" His touch was careful, respectful, not demanding. They walked through grand halls, rich carpets, painted walls. "This will be your home now," Adrian said. "Change whatever you wish. It needs a woman's touch." Another surprise. Permission to change things, to matter. Dinner felt strange. The dining room was huge. Just the two of them at a table for 12. Long silences stretched between them. Sophia ate little, watched him from under her lashes. He cut his meat with careful movements. The scar pulled when he chewed, but his manners were perfect. Gentle. "Do you read?" he asked suddenly. Oh, Sophia dropped her fork. Yes. Too much, they say. My family. They say it is improper for ladies. Adrian's eyes darkened. "What do you enjoy reading?" Sophia hesitated. Then a tiny spark of rebellion. Poetry, history, sometimes novels. A smile touched his lips. "I have a large library. Use it freely." Her heart jumped. Truly? Oh. That night, alone in her new room, Sophia whispered to her reflection, "He is not as they said, not cruel, not mad." She touched the place where he had helped her from the carriage. So gentle. Maybe, she breathed, maybe this will not be so terrible. For the first time in years, she fell asleep without crying. In his room down the hall, Adrian smiled into the darkness. She was not plain. Her eyes held intelligence, spirit. They had been blind. Her family, completely blind. Morning light filled Sophia's new room, soft, warm. So different from home. She dressed carefully, went downstairs with quiet steps. The breakfast room was empty, but a note waited by her plate. "Good morning. I hope you slept well. The rose garden needs tending, if you would enjoy that." Sophia smiled. Her first real smile in months. She found the garden behind the house. Roses everywhere. Red, pink, white. But overgrown. Forgotten. Like me, she thought. She worked all morning. Cut dead blooms. Pulled weeds. Her hands grew dirty. Her dress stained. She did not care. At lunch, another note waited. "Thank you for the roses on my desk. They brightened my study. Sophia's cheeks warmed. He noticed. He cared. She wrote back, carefully, I am glad you liked them. The garden is beautiful. It just needed attention. Alright. Days passed like this. Small notes. Kind words. Adrian never demanded anything. Never criticized. Never made her feel small. Slowly, Sophia began to explore. She helped cook with dinner. Learned to make bread. The servants smiled at her efforts. You have gentle hands, my lady, cook said. Good for healing work. Healing? Sophia had never thought of herself as a healer, but when young Tom hurt his hand, she cleaned the cut, wrapped it carefully. He thanked her with bright eyes. You fixed it, he said. Fixed it. Fixed something. The words echoed in her heart. She started visiting the village. Brought soup to sick families. Read stories to children who could not read themselves. You have such a lovely voice, old Mrs. Baker said. Soothing, lovely voice, not too loud, not improper. Lovely. Each kindness grew her confidence. Each smile she earned made her stand taller. At dinner, Adrian listened to her stories about the village, the people, her small adventures. He never looked bored, never told her to be quiet. You are making a difference, he said one evening. Sophia set down her wine glass. Am I? The village children ask for you by name. Mrs. Baker says you saved her grandson from fever. I just brought willow bark tea. You cared. You acted. That is everything. That night, Sophia looked in her mirror again. Something had changed. Her eyes held light now. Her shoulders sat straighter. She was becoming someone new. Someone she actually liked. And Adrian was part of that change. He saw her value when no one else could. He gave her space to grow. Maybe this strange marriage could become something real, something good. The thought both thrilled and terrified her. 3 weeks into her new life, Sophia discovered the library. Floor-to-ceiling books. Thousands of them. Poetry, history, science. Everything. She ran her fingers along the spines. So much knowledge, so much wonder. Find anything interesting? Adrian's voice came from behind her. She turned. He stood in the doorway watching her with warm eyes. Everything, she breathed. How do you choose? He stepped closer. Pulled a slim volume from the shelf. Start with this. Shakespeare's sonnets. Read them aloud. Poetry is meant to be heard. Night. She took the book. Their fingers brushed. A spark ran up her arm. Adrian felt it too. His eyes darkened. But he stepped back. I will leave you to explore. Wait. The word escaped before she could stop it. He paused. Could you recommend more? I trust your judgment. A smile spread across his face. The first real smile she had seen. I would be honored. They met in the library each evening. Adrian would suggest books. Sophia would share what she learned. Listen to this, she said one night. She read aloud from a book of medicine. Willow bark contains a substance that reduces fever and pain. You have been using that in the village. Adrian noted. Yes, but I did not know why it worked. Now I understand. Knowledge gives power, Adrian said. Understanding gives confidence. Sophia looked up from the page. Is that why you read so much? Partly, but mostly I enjoy learning. Growing, becoming more than I was. Your family supported this. Adrian's face grew shadowed. No, they wanted a soldier. Nothing more. Understanding passed between them. Both had families who tried to make them small, different, limited. We are alike, Sophia said softly. Yes, we are. The connection grew stronger each day. Conversations lasted longer. Silences became comfortable. Sophia began to share her writing. Small poems, observations about village life. Adrian read each one carefully. Seriously, you have talent, he said. Real talent. These should be published. Published? Sophia laughed. Ladies do not publish books. Some do, and should. He meant it. She could see the belief in his eyes. For the first time, Sophia imagined a future where her words mattered, where her thoughts had value. One morning she woke with new energy, new purpose. She would write something important, something that helped people, a guide to healing herbs, written simply so anyone could use it. She would combine her village work with her reading, create something useful. The idea excited her, made her feel alive. At breakfast, she shared her plan with Adrian. Brilliant, he said immediately. I will help however I can. You do not think it too bold, too improper? I think it is exactly what the world needs, and exactly what you were meant to do. His faith in her was like sunlight, warm, life-giving. Sophia smiled, really smiled. She was becoming the woman she was always meant to be. 2 months passed. Autumn came to Graymoor House. Sophia worked on her herb guide each morning, visited the village each afternoon, spent evenings with Adrian in the library. A routine, a life, a partnership. But something else was growing. Something neither expected. It started small. The way Adrian's eyes lingered on her face when she laughed. How Sophia's pulse jumped when he helped her with her cloak. Touches that lasted too long. Conversations that went too deep. They were falling in love. Both fought it. This was an arrangement, a practical marriage. Love was not part of the bargain. But hearts rarely listen to logic. For the storm came on a wild October night. Rain lashed the windows, wind howled through the trees. Sophia sat by the fire in the drawing room, writing. Adrian read nearby. Thunder crashed. The lights flickered. Sophia's pen slipped. Ink splattered across her page. Oh no, she whispered. Hours of work ruined. What happened? Adrian was beside her in an instant. My writing. The storm startled me, and tears threatened. Adrian knelt by her chair, studied the damaged page. Look here, he said gently. Most of it is fine. We can copy the clean parts. Start fresh with the rest. If you will let me help. Fine. They worked side by side. Adrian's handwriting was careful, neat. He copied her words with reverence. You write beautifully, he said. These instructions could save lives. Do you really think so? I know so. Their eyes met. Tell. Sophia, Adrian whispered. I must tell you something. What? This marriage, it has become more than I expected, more than I dared hope. Her heart stopped. More? I care for you, deeply, but I do not wish to pressure you. If you prefer things as they are. No, the word burst out. I mean, I care for you too. So much it frightens me. Why? Relief flooded Adrian's face. You do? Yes. You are nothing like they said. Nothing like I feared. You are wonderful. I am scarred, broken in ways you cannot see. Sophia reached up, touched the scar on his face with gentle fingers. We are all scarred. But scars show we survived. We endured. We are stronger for them. Adrian caught her hand, pressed it to his cheek. How did I find you? He whispered. How did I get so lucky? We found each other, two broken people becoming whole. He kissed her then, soft, sweet, full of promise. When they broke apart, both were breathless. "I love you," Adrian said. "I did not plan to, but I do." "I love you too," Sophia whispered. "My heart chose you before my mind even knew." Outside, the storm raged on, but inside, by the warm fire, two souls had found their home. The marriage of convenience had become something beautiful, something real, something neither would ever regret. Love bloomed through winter. Sophia and Adrian grew closer each day. But happiness never lasts unchallenged. The letter came on a cold February morning, sealed with the Whitmore family crest. Sophia's blood chilled when she saw it. "This, my ungrateful daughter," her mother wrote. "London society whispers about your strange marriage. They say the Marquess has gone mad, that you have bewitched him somehow. You will return home immediately. End this farce. We have found you a proper husband, a man who knows your true worth. If you refuse, we will expose the Marquess's condition publicly. His war madness, his violent episodes. Society will shun him completely. You have 3 days to decide." Sophia's hands shook. The letter fell to the floor. Adrian found her there an hour later, pale, trembling. "What is wrong?" He pulled her into his arms. "They want me back," she whispered. "My family. They threaten to hurt you if I do not come." Adrian's jaw tightened. "What do they threaten?" Sophia could not meet his eyes. "They say they will tell everyone about your war experiences. Make society believe you are unstable." Silence stretched between them. Heavy, painful. "There is something you should know," Adrian said quietly, "about my time in the war." Sophia looked up. "What?" "I did suffer difficulties. After particularly violent battles, I would lose time, forget where I was, who I was fighting." Her heart ached for him. "That does not make you mad. It makes you human. Society would not see it that way. If your mother spreads these rumors, then we will face them together." Adrian shook his head. "I will not let you suffer for my weakness." "It is not weakness." Sophia's voice rose. "You fought for your country. You saw terrible things. You came home changed, but not broken." Adrian pulled away from her, walked to the window. Perhaps your mother is right. Perhaps you would be better with someone else." "No." Sophia stood, walked to him, placed her hands on his shoulders. "Look at me." He turned. His eyes were full of pain. "I choose you," Sophia said firmly. "Not because I have to, because I want to, because you are the best man I have ever known. Your family will destroy us both. Then let them try. I am not the same weak girl who left their house. I am stronger now because of you, because of this life we have built." A knock came at the door. The butler entered. "My lord, my lady, there are visitors, Lord and Lady Whitmore. They insisted on seeing you immediately." Sophia's stomach dropped. "They are here." Adrian straightened. The soldier in him emerged. "Show them to the drawing room. We will be down shortly." When the butler left, Adrian took Sophia's hands. "Are you ready for this? With you beside me, I am ready for anything. Then let us go face your demons together." They walked downstairs hand in hand. Two people in love, preparing for battle. Neither knew this confrontation would change everything, but both knew they would face it as one. The drawing room felt cold when they entered. Lord and Lady Whitmore sat stiffly on the sofa. Emma and Charlotte flanked them like vultures. Sophia's old life, her old fears, all waiting to drag her back. "Sophia," Lady Whitmore's voice cut like ice. You look different. Hello, mother. Sophia's voice was steady, strong. Adrian moved slightly in front of her, protective, ready. We have come to collect you, Lord Whitmore announced. This experiment has gone on long enough. Experiment? Adrian's voice was dangerously quiet. This marriage, Emma said with a cruel smile. Everyone knows you cannot possibly want her. Not really. She has clearly confused you, Charlotte added. Poor man. The war damage makes you susceptible. Sophia felt the old shame rising. The old voice that said they were right, that she was worthless. But then Adrian's hand found hers, squeezed gently. His touch reminded her she was not that girl anymore. I am not confused, Adrian said calmly. I am blessed. Your daughter is the finest woman I have ever known. Lady Whitmore laughed. Please, we know what she is. Plain, difficult, unmarriageable. You are wrong, Sophia said. Her voice rang clear, about everything. Her family turned to stare. This was not the meek girl they remembered. I am not plain, Sophia continued. I am thoughtful. I am not difficult. I am intelligent. I am not unmarriageable. I am married to a wonderful man who values me. Sophia, her mother warned, do not make this worse for yourself. Worse? Sophia stepped forward. How could it be worse than living in your house, being told daily that I am worthless, being made to feel ashamed of my mind, my voice, my dreams? No, you belong with your family, her father said weakly. No, Sophia replied firmly. I belong where I am loved, where I am valued, where I am free to be myself. This man will tire of you, Emma said viciously. Men like him do not keep women like you. Adrian's eyes flashed. Enough. His voice filled the room. Command, authority, power. You will not speak of my wife that way, in my house, or anywhere else. Your wife? Charlotte laughed. She is brilliant, Adrian interrupted. She heals the sick in our village. She writes with wisdom and grace. She has transformed this house with her warmth and kindness. He turned to Sophia. Love shone in his eyes. She is everything I never dared hope for, and I will not allow anyone to diminish her, ever. Sophia's heart soared. He defended her, claimed her, chose her, in front of everyone who had ever made her feel small. Furthermore, Adrian continued, turning back to her family, if you attempt to spread lies about my character or my marriage, I will respond through my solicitors. Slander carries serious consequences. Lord Whitmore's face went red. You dare threaten us? I protect what is mine, and Sophia is mine, as I am hers, by choice, by love, by sacred vow. This is ridiculous, Lady Whitmore snapped. Sophia, you will come home. Now. Sophia looked at each of them. These people who had shaped her childhood with cruelty, they seemed smaller now, meaner, petty. She felt sorry for them. No, mother, I will not. You have no choice. I have every choice. I am a grown woman, a married woman. I choose to stay with my husband. He does not really want you, Emma said desperately. No one could. Sophia smiled. Calm, certain. He does want me, and I want him. We love each other. Something you would not understand. Adrian squeezed her hand. Pride radiated from him. I think this visit is over, he said politely. Butler, please show my guests out. This is not finished, Lady Whitmore hissed as they were led away. Yes, Sophia called after them. It is. When the door closed, Sophia collapsed into Adrian's arms. Did I really do that? She whispered. You were magnificent, he murmured into her hair. Absolutely magnificent. I was terrified. You were brave. There is a difference. She pulled back to look at him. Thank you for defending me, for believing in me. Thank you for choosing me, for staying, for becoming the woman you were meant to be. They held each other close. Two warriors after battle. They had won. Together. And nothing would ever be the same. Spring came early that year, as if the world itself celebrated Sophia's victory. News travelled fast through society. The Marquess of Graymoor had publicly defended his wife, declared his love, silenced her critics. Some whispered, but many smiled. The village loved their story. The plain girl who bloomed, the scarred lord who healed. Sophia's herb guide was finished. Adrian arranged for publication through his connections. A lady's guide to healing herbs appeared in bookshops across London. It sold wonderfully. Letters came from grateful readers, women who had helped their families with Sophia's simple instructions. You are helping people across England, Adrian said proudly. Your knowledge, your gift. Sophia could hardly believe it. Her words, her work, making a difference. She was an author now, a healer, a teacher. Everything her family said she could never be. The Countess of Pembroke visited in May, an old friend of Adrian's late mother. I had to meet this remarkable wife, she announced. Society speaks of nothing else. Sophia served tea nervously. Great ladies still intimidated her. Sometimes. Tell me about your book, my dear, the Countess said. Sophia explained her work, her research, her hopes to write more guides. The Countess listened carefully, asked thoughtful questions. Brilliant, she declared finally. Absolutely brilliant. You must come to London. Meet my literary circle, share your knowledge. London, Sophia's eyes widened. Yes, we need more women like you. Intelligent, practical, unafraid to use their minds. Adrian smiled. What do you think, my love? Sophia looked at him. This man who had given her everything, confidence, love, purpose. I think, yes, I would like that very much. They went to London in June, stayed in Adrian's townhouse. Society had changed its mind about them. The love story had captured imaginations. Invitations poured in. Everyone wanted to meet the Marchioness, who wrote books. At parties, ladies crowded around Sophia, asked about her herbs, her writing, her happiness. How did you know he loved you? Young Miss Peters asked shyly. Sophia smiled. He saw my value when I could not see it myself. He gave me space to grow, and he never tried to make me smaller to fit his expectations. That is real love, the girl breathed. Yes, it is. Adrian watched from across the room, his wife surrounded by admirers, respected, celebrated. She glowed, with confidence now, spoke with authority, laughed with genuine joy. This was the woman he had seen hidden inside the frightened girl who arrived at his door. You look pleased with yourself, his friend Marcus observed. I am pleased with her, Adrian replied. She has exceeded every dream I dared to have. Society called you mad for marrying her. Society was blind, as was her family, but not I. No, you saw clearly, and loved wisely. Adrian nodded. We saved each other, I think. She healed my heart. I gave her wings. That night, in their quiet bedroom, Sophia brushed her hair before the mirror. Adrian watched from the doorway. Still amazed, this brilliant woman was his. What are you thinking? She asked, catching his reflection. That I love you more each day. That our beginning was difficult, but our future is limitless. She turned to face him. Do you ever regret it, taking a chance on the plain Whitmore daughter? Never. He crossed to her, took her face in his hands. You were never plain. You were a diamond covered in dust. All you needed was someone to see your true sparkle. And you did. From the very first day, they kissed softly, sweetly. Two souls who had found their perfect match. Outside, London sparkled in the darkness, but their love shone brighter than any city lights. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, new challenges, new joys. But tonight, they were simply happy, simply home. 5 years later, autumn painted the grounds of Graymoor House in gold and crimson. The gardens bloomed under careful tending. The house rang with laughter. Sophia walked the halls with quiet confidence. The Marchioness of Graymoor, author, healer, mother. In her arms, baby William gurgled happily. Dark hair like his father, bright eyes like his mother. There you are. Adrian appeared in the doorway of the nursery. Still handsome, still scarred, still the love of her life. He was fussy, Sophia explained, but he is settling now. Adrian crossed to them, kissed his son's forehead, then his wife's lips. The carriage is here, he said. Are you ready? Today was special. The village school dedication, built with proceeds from Sophia's books. She had written 3 more guides, each more successful than the last. Women across Europe used her healing methods now. A Lady's Guide to Childbirth had been particularly popular. Written after William's birth, it helped countless mothers. Throughout, they rode through the village together. People waved from doorways. Children ran alongside the carriage. Lady Sophia, Lord Adrian, they called out happily. At the school, a small crowd had gathered. The local vicar prepared for the ceremony. My lord, my lady, he said warmly, thank you for this gift to our children. Education should be available to all. Sophia replied, knowledge changes lives. She thought of herself at 22, frightened, ashamed, convinced she had nothing to offer. Now she helped build schools, wrote books that healed, raised a son who would know his worth. Little Margaret stepped forward. The baker's daughter, shy, bookish, reminded Sophia of herself. My lady, she whispered, I want to write books someday, like you do. Sophia knelt down, looked into the girl's earnest eyes. Then you will, she said firmly. Read everything you can. Ask questions. Never let anyone tell you that you are too much, too bold, too different. Really, really, the world needs voices like yours, minds like yours. Promise me you will use your gifts. I promise. The girl ran back to her parents, glowing with new purpose. Adrian touched Sophia's shoulder. Another life changed, he murmured. I hope so. The ceremony concluded. The school was officially open. As they prepared to leave, an older woman approached, well-dressed. Familiar. Emma, Sophia's sister. Sophia stiffened slightly. They had not spoken since that terrible day 5 years ago. Sophia, Emma said quietly, might I speak with you? Adrian moved closer. Protective, but Sophia nodded. Of course. Emma looked older, tired, unhappy lines around her eyes. I wanted to say I was wrong about you, about everything. Sophia blinked in surprise. You have made something beautiful of your life, Emma continued. Something meaningful. I have not been so fortunate. Emma, my husband is cruel, cold. I married for title and money, as mother wished. But I am miserable. Sophia's heart ached for her sister. Despite everything, I am sorry. Seeing you today, so confident, so loved, I realize what I missed, what I threw away when I mocked your dreams. Tears gathered in Emma's eyes. Could you ever forgive me? Yo.
Sophia looked at her sister. This woman, who had once been so cruel, now broken by the very system that had tried to break Sophia.
Of course I forgive you, she said softly. We were all trapped by their expectations. I was just lucky enough to escape. Not lucky, Emma said. Brave. You were always braver than the rest of us. They embraced tentatively. Old hurts healing slowly. If you ever need help, Sophia said. A place to stay. Someone to talk to. You are always welcome at Graymoor House. Emma smiled through her tears. Thank you. That means everything. On the ride home, Adrian held Sophia's hand. That was generous of you, he said. She is my sister. Family should not be given up on lightly, even when they hurt us. Especially then, hurt people, but loved people can heal. Adrian raised her hand to his lips. Have I told you lately that you are extraordinary? Only every day. Good. I plan to continue for the next 50 years. Sophia laughed. Only 50? Well, we will see how we feel after that. They arrived home as the sun set. The house glowed with warm light. Servants bustled about preparing dinner. In the library, Sophia's latest manuscript waited. A Lady's Guide to Happiness, her most personal work yet. All about finding worth in a world that tried to diminish women. About love that heals rather than harms. About building the life you truly want. She had lived every word. As they settled in the drawing room, baby William sleeping peacefully, Sophia reflected on her journey. From the plain, unwanted daughter to this life, this love, this purpose. What are you thinking about? Adrian asked. Beginnings, she said. How the worst day of my life, leaving my family's house, became the best thing that ever happened to me. Not the worst day, the first day of your real life. Yes, my real life. She looked around their home, at her husband reading by the fire, at their son dreaming in his cradle, at her books on the shelves, at the evidence of their love everywhere. This was what happily ever after looked like, not perfect, but real, earned, treasured, and it was more beautiful than any fairy tale. Words. Outside, snow began to fall, the first of winter, but inside, all was warmth and light and love. Sophia picked up her pen. There was more work to do, more women to help, more stories to tell. But for now, this moment was enough. This life was enough. She was enough. Finally, completely, joyfully, enough.